I mean, do you want to? Who wants to clink their glass?
I was just doing that.
I don't have.
Yeah.
My
By
eyes
the way,
melted.
I caught the little.
My eyes melted because we were waiting for somebody. Who knows?
I like the.
I'll never know.
I caught your remarks in some of the post games about how you do that because you don't want to stare at the camera like I do. Am I misquoting you? I don't think I am.
No, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing you.
That's not what I do.
You guys like this
I do
better
other
than clinking
things.
glass? And then doing this every now and again?
There, I can take care of you. Hold on here. Let's put you down in a little corner.
Oh yeah, you gotta. This is what we were playing with yesterday.
Right.
We were playing last week. We were playing with these the different views, and we figured that
good ones.
Whenever there's just two people, like the how good your point is makes you either bigger or smaller.
Oh, like a little. Pardon the interruption. Like
exactly.
No, it was the one that got canceled finally.
Around the horn,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
And you get bigger and smaller.
Exactly. Right. So it's just
but like three of us, I can't make one person small.
Exactly. This is why it only works with two people. But it's a great bit.
It only works because one person's driving, so they would always have the good points.
Well, listen, I mean, sometimes sometimes you get zapped and you chalk up the points.
L.
Yeah, you take the L.
I understand. Well. It's Handsome Hour 10, not Handsome Hour. It's Basketball Beat number 101. I'm tired. It's late. It's a late start. It's and before we went live, Boiler Dad said, "Man, it was a great day of basketball." And this reminds me of those football weekends when Purdue either wins. I don't remember that many of those, but or they were to like win on like a Friday night or something, and then you just enjoy the entire Saturday. Today was like that, right? Because they win that first game, the only game on, they win, and then you just get to enjoy your whole afternoon. You get to watch all these stressful endings, and you're like, man, I'm really glad that's my team.
Right, loosey goosey though, it's great.
And I got to give a quick shout out to Iowa for learning that they probably should have gotten rid of Fran McCaffrey a while ago.
Learning how to go to the second weekend of the
they learned the second weekend exists, which is great.
Yeah. So here, there's a good comment over here, but I'm going to jump off of it because I think it's fair. I was absolutely rooting for Iowa, absolutely, but because I think Todd Golden is a POS. That's the reason that
I'll tell you why I was, because I would like all the really good teams to be out of the tournament. It is very self-satisfied. It's like I just want all the good teams out. If it could all be like 8s and 9s the rest of the way, if not higher,
right?
I think that's fine. I got no problem with that.
Yeah, that's
if Connecticut could lose right now to a team Purdue's beaten,
I'm hoping.
Sounds fantastic.
Right.
I got no problem with that.
Go Utah State. There's been a lot of games though that where you're watching them like that Iowa Florida game was a fun one because it felt like Iowa let that thing slip away completely.
I was shocked they had the lead that long. I thought Florida was going to destroy them. They won the first game by almost 60.
So is the Big Ten this good?
Yes. Yeah.
Seems like it, doesn't it?
I don't know about you guys, but I'll just, a little admission, we all do those things when we're watching games and you're thinking about your team and you're watching their games. Are you watching some of these games and being like, man, some of these teams are not very good?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, man, they can't.
And honestly, it's only because Purdue's hitting their stride. I mean, over the last 2 weeks, basically. And this last game, Braden didn't do it, but like TKR, Fletch were incredible. I think Jakari Harris had some great minutes. Like, we'll talk about that, but it's like when your team is hitting it, it's like, everybody kind of looks, and it's weird because it's like, this is the preseason number one team. Like, this is the preseason number one team that everybody was thinking, right?
And some were afraid of, right?
And so it's like, I mean, just how deep somebody on the post game, Boiler Dad was saying that the Myers minutes, they like Harris's minutes more than Myers' minutes. And I liked your response, which was, we have them both. What are we doing?
Right.
Why are we picking? They're both our bench. Like, this is our bench. It rules. Yeah. We get them both. We don't have to choose.
It's great. Yeah. And the thing that there's a constant annoyance to me because I have good friends that do this where people seem to, if a guy's not playing great, and we heard a little bit this in the post game, people go at dudes a little bit too much, and I'm like, just these are still Purdue players, guys and girls. Don't be mad at them. These dudes are trying. I do believe these guys are trying their hardest.
They're okay. Yeah, exactly. They care. They want to win.
Right. They want to win. They want to win. I don't see. I know many of you are more body language experts than me. I don't see these guys, especially the guys coming off the bench, not busting their ass.
Oh, right. No.
I don't see it. I don't see any threat of it. So.
I know they got out rebounded today, but they have not been doing that lately. And you don't play like good defense and out rebound teams, and like you don't do that if you're not making a huge effort. I'm sorry, those are the.
I will say what happened. Can you guys help me with this? The end of the first half, that was a time where I was questioning effort for the starters, and it looked to me like they were just like, "All right, we got to get through this. No more fouls. We're in a good position. Let's just get to the second half, and then we'll unleash the hounds." I could not figure it out because I was like watching. I know Miami likes to drive, but dudes were just partying like the Red Sea on the dribble drive. It annoyed me. It was tough to watch.
I'll give you one thought on that, one counter to that, or what you said. What do you guys? So I said this at the start of the season, and I said you're going to see some games this year where teams do something like that to Purdue for a half because you're getting their best. You're getting their best half. You're getting their best shot, and they can't do it for 40 minutes. And if you look at the second half of this game, Purdue outscored them 42-29 or something like that, like or 41-29. Like that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like Purdue scored 38 in the first and 41 in the second. Miami scored 40 in the first and 29 in the second. Like they're not going to play at that level for 40 minutes. It's hard to do. That's what you have to do to beat a good team.
But that being said, the end of the first half, I really do think, like going into halftime, CJ Cox was huge. It was. I mean, like those two threes, I think, like right at the end there. That
one as a shot clock was expiring.
I mean, like those to me, those were huge in that it tied the game up before Miami had that last second bucket at the end of the first half, which is great. And then there was the stretch where Purdue couldn't grab a dadgum offensive rebound or a defensive rebound,
which is weird.
Allowed right? They've been so many reliable possessions. Yeah,
the reason they've been in this run is they just clean it up. If there's a loose ball, they grab it. The last 5 games, man, they have just. It was jarring today to me because I was like, how are they not getting to these? And there was a couple possessions where Miami would get 3 in a row.
Oh yeah, that's always.
There was that one possession where they took 3 threes in one possession. They missed, rebound, made. You're like, oh, you shot 3 times from deep. Like, but I think that's Miami's. They're pretty good. They had 27 wins. Like they're a good team. I mean,
and I was actually looking it up because Jay Lucas looks like he is 12, but he is my age. He's a year older than me. But then now that I'm mid 30s, it's like Matt Painter took over Purdue at my age. Like Jay Lucas is getting Miami at this age, and it's like,
are you asking yourself,
wild?
What have I been doing with my life?
No, I'm not asking this. My parents are asking me this. Like, this is the Indian parents. This is what it does. But it's like he's got that. He's a good coach, man. After Larinaga too, is like he's a good coach.
I think Painter was younger than you. Just so you know, I think he.
He was. Yeah, he's a year. 05, he was 35. 04? He was. Yep, he was 35. I think it was 34 when he was offered the gig. Yeah. So like, yeah, crazy.
Well, and Jay, what was it? Lucas? That's his last name?
Mm-hmm.
I like that guy. I was watching his
me too.
press conference before the game, like the off day one.
He's great.
I watched him during that's a dude. That guy, like I could see guys wanting to play for him. Like
for sure.
He seems to really know the game. He knows his opponents. He did call Fletch Foster, but he's not the only guy to do that. And it was in the middle of the
Everybody
game.
Everybody did it today. It's annoying.
But I think Miami, man. I think that's got to be, if you're a Miami fan, you got to be like, man, what a great hire. What a freaking great hire.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
Get a young guy that looks like it's going to work. Took them from 7 wins last year to 28 wins this year. They were terrible last year.
Is that good?
That seems good. Man. And the other thing is the reason they got a lot of rebounds is they got 2 Big Ten guys, right? Like got a Michigan guy and an IU guy.
Can I ask you guys a question? Speaking of one of those guys, So
what about him?
If one of them was hungry after the game, do you think maybe a trainer could go get him a snack?
This has always been my thing. Back when players like Chris Webber would be like, I only took money because I was hungry. I needed a meal. I'm like, you and I both knew people who worked the training table at Purdue.
Right.
And we were like, if a player ever said, man, I'm really hungry, coach, they would open up the training table that minute.
They get a lot. They get a lot of food.
Right. They did. They fed them
now let's pretend for a second one of the trainers didn't hear him correctly. Do you think he'd have to maybe go to the pizza and chicken finger stand?
Maybe he just wanted.
It's one of the best, honest things ever. Listen, he's in slides like an AAU player.
Yeah, like when the craving hits, like, come on, we've all had that time.
Oh, it's like, and
need chicken fingers, brother.
By the way, there was
so what's he getting paid this year? He's getting paid $2 million a year. Nobody could go get him his fingers and pizza.
He's a working man. The check doesn't matter. He's a working man.
That's right.
And there was the guy who posted it, then put a reply under it and said, just for the record, he was super cool. Nice. Like coming up to people, Purdue people coming up to him, and he was totally gracious. And
I've always liked him. I've always liked Renew. Yeah.
Well, you gave him credit for getting the hell out of.
Smart guy. And he went back home to Miami. Good for him. Why would you ever leave Miami for Bloomington? I mean, come on.
Well, yeah, you spend time in some of those climates, and you're like, why would anyone leave here ever?
Right.
I don't really understand it.
I don't know. It's not like you're down there. Oh, you should have come to. It's like, no. If you were like, no, I'd rather be in Miami than West Lafayette. It's like, okay, you know what? Fair.
I get it.
Yeah, I get it.
Oh man, we should thank.
When's IU play, by the way?
Soon.
Yeah, they. I was saying this off air. I looked up. I had to look it up because it's been so long. 10 years. The last 10 years, they've been to the tournament 2 times, and they've won 1 game in a decade.
A lot of people would like to be in their seat.
I mean, and meanwhile, now, like Iowa makes it to the second weekend, and they seem to have a coach. I told you, like Ben McCollum, that is a beast. Wow. Like, I love him.
We were talking
X's and O's is just
before we went on air that B-Dowd, IU could have had McCollum, and they could have had Dusty May if they had acted sooner. They could have had either of those guys.
Right.
And they have DeVries.
Yeah. How does Jennifer Garner keep getting younger looking?
The important questions.
A lot of
these
water.
Are real questions.
A lot of water. Water, salads. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's my favorite thing. Whenever they talk, a Hollywood star talks about how they got in shape for a role.
Chicken and broccoli, man.
Chicken broccoli.
Chicken and broccoli. How did Thor get into shape? Just a lot of chicken and broccoli, man.
Some tuna, and I eat tuna. No mayo.
How did Hugh Jackman go from like just normal big guy in the first Wolverine movie,
shredded,
just
8-pack?
Chicken and broccoli.
At like 50.
That's the best part right there.
He's like our age.
50 damn years old. Okay. All right. Normal human stuff, huh?
I'm just guessing, right? He's got to be because he's been in those movies. No, I just looked it up. Oh, it's going to make you feel so much worse. He's 57.
Son of a gun.
He looks okay.
He looks all right.
He looks all right. My favorite is that like he does these Wolverine movies just to do like every Broadway play that he can. Like he doesn't want to be in these movies. He just wants to be in Broadway, man.
That was the entire bit with Deadpool and Wolverine was that he didn't want to do it anymore. And they're like, no, we'll make you do it again and make a complete joke out of it.
How many millions does he get per movie, do you think?
So many of them.
Many of the millions.
A lot of them. Yeah. Several.
It's a pretty good gig.
Oh man,
I mean, I could do that job. I think I could do that job.
I think
Which job?
Cycle on steroids, make a few million, go sing. And then I'd sing on the big stage. I'd probably do the same thing.
You'd have the same career, actually.
Exactly. And be with
there's
ladies would
there's
be
no
gathered.
There's no difference between
like
you and
there's
you.
Always people
when
you talk about steroids, there's always people who are like, well, you wouldn't live as long. Yeah, all right, but I'd be really happy while I was here.
Jacked. Yeah, dude, like you see these abs.
Have a good couple of years in the meantime.
I'm right. Not here for a long time, man. I'm here for a good time. Christina says that Californians will be ready to cheer on Purdue and San Jose. We're excited to have them out west. Hell yeah, man. If you're in California, because this is the way it always works. When there's a big game, let's put it very hard for most Purdue fans to get to. The Final Four being in Arizona, that was super convenient. To be fair, though, the Elite Eight we all went to in 19 was in Louisville. That was not bad. And the Elite Eight you both made it to in Detroit was obviously relatively convenient.
Awesome.
Yeah. But San Jose is tough.
Somebody on this call went to all of those, by the way, and the other guys who have more money and more flexibility for some reason they didn't go to all of them. I can't figure it out. Still, I cannot figure it out.
Well, I mean, some of us love our families.
Hey, there's so many Final Fours for Purdue.
That's exactly what I said. I said,
so
yawn a Final Four.
Call me the next one.
That'll be so. I'll catch the next one. Exactly. That's. Won't let the joke be on you if there's one this year in Indianapolis, because then who looks smart then?
Who looks smart then?
I'll just skip to downtown myself from where I am. I'll skip. I'll be walking on the
I do have to say, like, I will be I have already told my family I will be postponing an international trip if Purdue makes it like to the Final Four. I have to. Yeah. Now, like, my grandmother might smote me from above with a lightning bolt, but it's like, again, I'm here for a good time, you know.
No, she gets it. She gets it.
I did want to say thanks to our sponsors, our friends at Homefield, who made Boiler Dad sweatshirt.
And my t-shirt.
And Anisha's base layer. And wow, I mean, you're layered up. It is chilly.
I'm doubled up. Yes. Chilly.
And of course,
cheeked up.
Our friends at AJ's, which I believe you changed the tagline: burgers, beef, beer, and boiled sports. I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
stuck for the tourney day. I've kept it there.
Synergy.
That was a fun show. That was a fun show. I know the mic bothered you, but it was
bad.
still it was fine. You gotta
learn.
It was very. You always sound very good, but that one, you came back down to within sight of some of the other audio quality out there. So you were still above.
I did use a mic though.
You did use a microphone. That's good. Not your phone.
Do microphones really help?
Matt, can you tell us a little bit about that game? Tell us about that game. Hold on, I'll hold it back here. It's more convenient for me back here. Tell us a little bit about what happened.
What they would do is they'd say something like,
"No, let's move into that gym where they're bouncing basketballs and there's people yelling. That's a better place to do this."
That's a good place to get the work done. Yeah. Oh, man.
That's
how do you guys feel?
First of all, hold on. Those it's not the post game presser; it's the post game presser, right?
The gaggle or whatever you call
it. Exactly. Why? This is not on any of the reporters. This is on how does the NCAA not just have a room, or how do they not have a soundproof room for the press conference, or a soundproof stand-up
even the real
room?
Press conferences sometimes you can hear. Wasn't there one recently where you could hear the team celebrating and the other they're that close to the locker room? This stuff happens.
I don't get it. I don't understand.
You're in these modern arenas. It's not like we're playing in Hinkle. You're playing in they're playing in all the nicest arenas possible at this point.
But they're like these flipped homes where it's it's all that same gray and it's all the same laminate flooring and everything like that. It's it's all the same. All these billionaires just charge cities $1 billion and
laminate floors. The best thing for acoustics. Everybody knows.
Exactly.
Bounces off the
To be entirely fair, that is the room I'm sitting in right now. But you know what? It's fine.
Well, yeah. Greg asks, is Purdue still supposed to lose to Gonzaga or BYU? I need some expert opinions here.
We have our on-site Gonzaga expert here, on-site Gonzaga correspondent, Boiler Dad. Can you answer this?
We just heard Gonzaga they're no longer available.
Can I just devil's advocate? Can I just defend? I'm not as you know, I'm with you on their bullshit schedule and conference and all that. Mm-hmm. But I don't think I'm misquoting you in the past. You have acknowledged you do think Few is a good coach. Is that fair or no?
Yeah, I think it's fair.
And the people, just like people who make comments about Painter. There was a stat up there over the last 10 years, the most tournament wins belong to Gonzaga. So they do win a lot. And they do. Now, your point is the reason they rack up 30 wins to get a high seed is because.
Ever.
No, they don't win. They're 0-5.
Ever.
0-5.
They don't ever win versus So
you actually wanted to play them. I know that.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It was on
maybe
my bracket,
more than
showed
Texas,
it.
I would bet.
Yeah. I just want it to keep happening. See, I think Purdue's going to lose in the pre-con next year. I made that deal already because I don't think there's any way Painter can have this team that ready with all these moving parts in November. It's early November, by the way.
It's like November 2nd.
Yeah, this is not normal stuff. So, yeah.
But it'll be so funny if it happens again. It'll be so funny.
It would be amazing. It'll be you'll see a big smiley face Boiler down, big goofy.
Well, I keep saying, so my son always brings up Tennessee, and I'm like, my thing with Tennessee is I don't want to keep seeing them because I don't think that can keep happening.
No, it's not going to keep happening. It's absolutely not going to keep happening.
I mean,
like they're too good. Like they're always so good.
Always good. Barnes is a good coach. In fact, this brings me, since I just asked you about that, Boiler Dad, you often are sharing on the post games and in our conversations about all the coaches you don't like.
Yeah.
It made me wonder, are there coaches you do like in college basketball?
I kind of like Rick Barnes.
Yeah, so I agree. I like Barnes a lot. I think he just keeps winning. He looks.
I like the mayor. I like Hoiberg.
I like Hoiberg. Okay. This is what I wanted to do.
I'm sure I can grow to dislike him, but I like McCollum right now.
McCollum is great, and I don't.
He's very dislikable, though.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah,
I love him. May sucks.
I disdain.
I said like, not dislike.
Oh shoot! Sorry.
I don't
pretty
dislike
easy
May
to get
as
over
much
on
as you
that
two do.
column for me.
I don't dislike May as much as you two. I'll just say it aloud.
You're not paying attention then. You're just not.
Such a nice young man.
Speaking of likable coaches, Purdue plays Sean Miller's Texas.
Oh, yeah, another likable guy.
Great. We like him, right?
Was Miller the one that you?
Yeah.
I don't know if I should say this. Is he the one that you said years ago? He looks like, I believe I'm quoting you correctly, Sean Miller looks like a guy you'd see on the lawn of Pike Frat House yelling racial epithets at people as they walk by.
He was really shiny back then and tan when I made that.
Right, when he was super sweaty at Arizona, or maybe before.
He just pulled his crotch rocket up on the lawn of the Pike House, and now he's gonna yell some racial slurs at people.
It's such a great description because it's.
I'm sorry for all the Pikes I've offended.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah, so the Pikes. Yeah, for real. So like, yeah.
Oh, no, but it was different in the '90s.
Yes, listen, and no apologies.
No regrets. Yeah. Sean Miller is so easily unlikable. And
I haven't texted my brother, but I need to. He is a diehard Xavier fan. I mean, he's a Purdue guy, but he went to Xavier, and so like he's diehard Xavier. And he could not hate Sean Miller more.
Sean Miller did some good things for Xavier.
Absolutely, came home and he
there's
talked
no
about,
exception to this though. Xavier fans hate him. Period.
He came home. So Arizona fired him. He got fired in disgrace.
Right,
and the only college that would take a chance on him was his home team, his first one, the one where he made his first run, Xavier. He was there 1 year and then got to Texas.
Is that all it was?
It was like 1 or 2 years. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It was like 18 calendar months, maybe at most. Maybe it was less. Maybe it was like 1 year. But
right around there. Yeah.
But see, I'm always the more like soft one on this kind of stuff. Like you're going to fault the guy for taking the Texas job? I mean,
my thing is like,
yeah, kind of. Yeah.
He was there 3 years, by the way.
But yeah, kind of. You would fault him. Yeah, you can.
Because the way
he's already been torn down.
He is.
Yeah. So.
No, I don't like him.
Yeah, he's a punk. He's a punk.
Can we please put up Joe Ensley's, because I feel like we were doing this when we were honoring Rondell Moore.
Did he just say it? Where did he say it?
The first one. The last time Purdue played Texas in the tournament, Jaden Ivey
first one
went off.
The most recent comment, you mean?
Yeah.
Top one.
That's bottom.
And so for me, it's the top. Okay, relax.
It's the bottom for me. Can I change it?
But like Jaden, that game in particular was incredible. I love Jaden's. I like this.
No,
this
I think it's a terrible idea.
Please, can we, for the listeners, we can have the live feed
the last
comments and they're just
we'll
over Boiler Downs. Yeah, exactly. Speaking of racial epithets.
Sorry. Go on. What were you?
But Jaden's game. Can you imagine like just the screenshot of like just a whole bunch of racial epithets right over Boiler Down's face? We just screenshot it. Save it for his blackmail purposes. Is
great.
All I wanted to say was Jaden Ivey rules, and I love that game. I love that Texas game. It was so cool, and I wish that they won that next one because I think we would remember that Texas win a lot differently. Like he put Purdue on his back, and it was just awesome to see.
Was that a
but unfortunately, unfortunately, the rest of the tournament was canceled, and so it's all right.
Was that Chris Beard?
It was a Chris Beard team.
I think it was. I think it was one of Beard's only couple of years there.
Mm-hmm. Is that equal, by the way? Is it 2-2 with Beard? Is Paint 2-2 now? Or
I think that may have been his only win.
No. He's beaten him. No, he's beaten him a couple of times now. Might have been in one of those pre-con.
Sorry, tournament. Okay.
In the tournament, I think they're 1-1, right? I think
no, like 2. Arkansas, Little Rock, and the other one.
Texas Tech.
As Isaac Haas's elbow. I feel like I shouldn't know this. I would be better.
No, you should.
I would just be happier.
Knowing recent Purdue history is less psychotic than some of the stuff.
No, but I would just be happier if I needed to look that up. You know what I mean? I think it'd be a happier person.
As I always say, there's only a certain amount of shelf space. And
I know.
When you think of something like that and you're like, that's taking up room.
I met somebody today. No idea. Name? I got nothing. Nope.
That's not a good thing to remember.
Today.
Oh, dude, I do that a minute later. Like, they just said it. It's like when you get on a plane and you look at your seat number and then you put your phone back in your pocket and then you pull your phone back out and look again. I just looked at this.
You feel good about it.
There's one piece of information I needed to remember, and I already don't remember
it. But then, like, the top 5 scorers of the elite Brian Cardinal's Elite 8 team, like you can start to rattle off those.
That's important to remember.
It's really important to remember. Yeah, for sure. Shawn Michaels. Sean Miller is exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Is super unlikable, and I can't wait. I would love to beat Texas, and I hope that we only get bad teams on the way. I see a lot of people that's like another cupcake schedule, another cupcake run for Purdue, and to me, I'm like, yeah, okay, yep, you're right.
I don't care.
Yes, This is what I'm also saying is sometimes like the best argument for like, well, the Big Ten was down every year that Purdue wins. And it's like, okay, we won. Right. Like maybe you should have won. Maybe why didn't you win?
Him down? Right. Well, it's like, remember when I know you remember when they went to the Final Four 2 years ago, but
no,
they match up against NC State and not a single Purdue fan was like, oh shucks, an 11 seed. I wish we had played some tougher competition. No, that was awesome.
I wish we had
we weren't on the same side of the bracket as UConn. Nope, I was good with that. That sounded great.
Yeah, it's like I'm perfectly fine with this. So yes, I hope only double-digit seeds. I had Purdue going through Michigan and UConn again, and so it's like this kind of revenge tour. I much prefer this one. Like I much prefer like only bad teams, which would be great.
All bad teams.
Yes.
All bad
teams. All bad teams.
All ass. Yeah, exactly.
All ass. I think that's your search history.
Yeah. Hey, wait. Whoa. Utah State is coming back. What in the world? I turned that game off. What is happening? So that's what I was about to see. Like, yes, that's who I want. I want Utah State to make a run.
Hell yeah.
I want them to beat Cal. And then we can play it. We beat Texas, and then we beat them, and then we go to the Final Four. And then who's the terrible team from the lower left or the lower right? That's still there. I think that's
Purdue's the lower right on the one I'm looking at.
Oh my God. Okay. Well,
no. I know what you mean. There's nobody terrible left on the lower.
No,
right.
You're right. But there is the lowest seed. The lowest seed is Tennessee. So maybe that's where I'd rather not. That's where I'm okay. I think I've already made this clear. But yes.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Because that was the other question I was going to ask you guys. When you look at the tournament, and I mean, I don't know if you'll admit to this, and maybe you're feeling so good about Purdue, you won't have an answer. But my thought is there's always a team or two in the tournament where you're like, I want no part of them. I want no part of that. And for me right now, I'll tell you right now, my team, I don't want any part of it. I think I know who
Iowa State?
Yeah, I don't want
You're weak.
I'm weak? They're really good, man. They're really good.
There's nothing to lose in that game. There's nothing.
Who wants all the smoke?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
and by the way, they're down a man too, so they're not.
Well, and if they play, it's the Final Four. So you're right. I don't really.
Tennessee's
the whole thing about worrying about who you're going to play. If you make the Final Four,
you're going to play good teams.
Some pretty damn good teams. Right. So
even NC State is like they made a run. Dude, they were awesome.
Duke and North Carolina, I believe, in that run.
I really think the only reason that Purdue didn't have any problem is because that big dude, like, you're going against Zach Edey, you're going against Superman. So it's like, it is what it is. Listen, I use Olive DeJazzer. Speaking of, that's close. That's very close to relax.
Olive DeJazzer.
Relax. Don't change the subject to East. We were talking about your search history. Listen, I use incognito mode.
I was just going to say,
I share my screen. I share my screen far too often for these erroneous searches on Google that I make when I'm trying to when I'm just, like, my curiosity enters the realms of the restricted.
You can say things. I mean, you can do searches that are completely innocent that you don't.
Oh, I can tell you. I literally, like 2 hours ago, a fireable search. Yeah, it's after the podcast. A fireable search. Absolutely.
I've got one. Awesome. I'll tell you on here. Many years ago, probably earlier. Searches are more. It knows what you're looking for when you search now, right? So, like, you search, it's like it nails exactly what you want.
Right.
Many years ago, I remember my mom going. She goes, "Don't." She goes, "Be careful. Don't." She was trying to look up Dick's Sporting Goods.
Oh yeah.
And she Googled Dick's.
Yeah.
She's Images. Like, "Don't do that." Oh, Mom. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Oh, no, it might not have been that. It might have been she went to Dix.com instead of Dick's Sporting Goods.
Of course. Dix.org, completely different.
Well, yeah.
Dix.biz.
So, for your information, Dick's Sporting Goods has bought Dix.com, and now you won't make that mistake.
Yes,
but 20 years ago, that was not the case.
Yes.
What were we talking about?
I don't know, but I sent that question in the private chat. So if you guys can,
why don't you just put it in the regular chat?
Listen, you can't. It's a private chat. We can't be there. It's fine.
Boilerbot 5 says you guys get way too spicy when you start at 10. That's right.
I know.
We used to call it BS After Dark. Remember that?
That's right. Years ago. Yeah.
We had that weird thing with whatever that one we used. We were allowed to be live for like an hour or something, and then anytime over that, it wouldn't be live anymore, but it would still record it. So like you would hear you'd have to go back and watch the actual recording or listen back then because it was just an actual audio podcast if you wanted to catch the After Dark. So
remember Blog Talk Radio that you guys? Yeah. That's what I started listening to.
That's the one. That's the one.
Yeah, that's bad.
But at the time, it was one of the only options.
Yeah, and then really you guys had since moved on, especially when I came. I upped the technology game, and some people did not have that. Man, we're spicy today. What the heck? Why are we calling people out? We like these people. Why are we calling these people out? It's mean.
It's not that hard to change. That's why we're cool.
No, exactly.
We've got less of a budget than they do. And
Greg says, didn't Greg get sued because Crum and Canino isn't actually anonymous? Greg, don't tell me that.
Listen, I
do know that
plead the fifth.
What's the other one that's I'm completely forgetting.
Ask Jeeves.
Not Jeeves. There's another one that I'll never remember it now. But they advertise and they basically they bash Google. They're like, they're actually tracking you. And I'm like, everyone's tracking.
We're all tracking. You're tracking too.
You know how when you talk about something, you then get like pop-ups for it immediately. Like if you discuss something with your wife, like we need a new roof on the house. Suddenly you get like roofing ads, right? Yeah. Like that really does happen.
It's listening.
Well, I'm telling you, this is what happened yesterday. I had two, the little cutie mandarin, the little oranges, the little mini ones. Mm. I opened two of them up. I wasn't talking about them. I had two of them. Within a half an hour, I had a video served up on Instagram of someone about how to peel one of those correctly.
I don't like that at all. I don't like this at all.
Does it know? Yeah, I swear to God.
I don't generally believe in conspiracy theories, but sometimes it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
DuckDuckGo is the one. Kevin tells us he's right. DuckDuckGo is a good browser. I've actually used it. And Greg says, with a little bit of a shot at GBI.
Listen, we're friends with these people. We're friends. We like them. Yeah, we like them. We're not. It's we
funny
do
that they still have the Blog Talk intro. That tag on their shows.
Really?
Blog Talk Radio. Yes.
Listen, it's fine.
Downtown Indy Buller says, no, guys, don't change the subject. Let's keep talking about dicks. Well, we started talking about Sean Miller. So
that's where this
show we've ever done.
And right now, Danny Hurley's coaching against Mick Cronin.
Oh my gosh.
There we go. So that works. Man. That works.
It's so weird how you have to be that way to be a good coach, right? It's so weird.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah.
Texas
Wait a minute.
Tech's coach. There's another guy I like.
Okay.
Is that Matt McCasland? Yeah, he's on Painter's coaching tree.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, whoa. How?
North Texas.
Again,
another one where it's like, why? I would just be a better person.
Yeah.
I'd just be a better, happier
picture
person.
of that goon that was coaching FDU.
Dude,
every time you look at
the
a picture of him, aren't you like, how?
That's the one where I'm like, how? How did this happen? Like St. Peter's, dude.
Yeah,
are you kidding me?
Yeah, he's not proven that he was worth.
But he's cool. I get it. It's awesome. I can see how he would like get in the zone and boom, he's there. This guy, oh my gosh, that was the worst part of the FDU.
Oh man. Okay. So
speaking of dicks, do we have Cox news? Says Greg.
So it looks like Cox was just bent the wrong way.
We have big Cox news.
What?
We have big Cox news.
Yeah, just every now and then you just bend a little wrong and it doesn't feel right. And no, it did look bad when he
that looked horrible.
I thought it was done. Yeah,
man, that was scary. That was scary.
And like Purdue, and you were talking about this on the post game, but like I do think that, knock on wood, like I do think that the strength of this team is behind the top. I would say like the top four. Like a lot of times, if anybody goes down in the top 8, like you're sunk. This team is pretty deep, and I think that the team would have, even if CJ Cox, I don't even know if he's going to be back in the rotation. I don't know how many minutes he's going to get. Do like, so even if it's not kind of season ending, but I think they
have to give him MRI still, right?
Oh,
I think they did an MRI when he went back to the. I'm sure they have a machine there.
Really?
I'm sure they did, because think about it. You're not going to bring him back to the bench and have him ready to go in, and him saying he would have played if they had any thoughts that he had blown something in his knee. There's no way he would have been. And now he didn't get put in the game. So to your point, maybe they haven't, and they said to him, "You're not playing. It doesn't matter." But they didn't report that. They said he's coming back to the bench. He walked around after the game fine. I don't think you'd be walking that well because your knee would be swelling up so badly if you tore something.
I hope.
Yeah, and they didn't put a brace on him. They didn't
ice bag, nothing. So yeah. I think it's one of those where it just hurt because it bent wrong, and he's young, and if you or I did that, it'd be the end.
We'd be gone. We'd be done for 6 years. Yeah,
forever mainly. Yeah.
But I think if his minutes get reduced, I think Harris is ready to step up. I really do. Yeah, I mean, I thought he had a phenomenal game. It was fun to see.
Yeah. By the way, can we talk about for a minute? Purdue is 22 of 38 from deep in this tournament.
What are they?
22 for 38 from deep. They're shooting 58% from deep in this tournament.
Yeah, it's funny because they're hitting their threes, but that's like, well, they did free throws pretty well today too. But there are some things they're not doing well, and that's the thing. And I want to make the argument is that there's still room. There's still room to get better.
Wow, this guy's demanding.
Yeah,
shoot 70% from 3. Show me what you're made of.
Pull rebounds down, right? Make better decisions when passing the ball.
Well, I think we can agree this game was, and I don't know if that was in one of the things you retweeted, but this is not Purdue's A game today. That was a
No.
B game from Purdue. That was,
right.
I mean, Clough didn't play as he's been playing. He didn't get as many rebounds. He didn't score that much. He had a few like weird fumbling where it was like his hands weren't attached right. Purdue turned the ball over way more than they usually do. Braden turned it over way more. He didn't have his shot going. There's a lot of things you can point to that say did not go well. And the thing, again, a mark of a good team is when you've got so many things that can go well that all you need is a couple of them, right? So Fletch has a really good game. CJ was very good in his 18 minutes. Trey Kaufman-Renn was what he always is, very reliable.
Oh, TKR today was just, he's my favorite player on this roster. I'm so glad that he's getting this run instead of the end of the regular season where he seemed like, he was playing well, but the team wasn't. And it's like, this is, I thought today, he was so good. He was automatic.
Shot
he was
50%, 50%, 19 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. He was 3-3 from the line. Like you said, the team was 21 of 22 from the line, which is great. Yeah. I mean, it's really incredible. Now the competition gets better. I mean, again, Miami only played 7 guys and really only 6. One guy played 3 minutes. So I think that hurt them right down the stretch. The teams are going to get better.
Do you feel worse about Purdue kind of putting everything together after watching today's effort than you did, days ago?
What do you mean? Why would I feel worse?
I feel worse. And I'm just being real honest. I don't think that was the same type of inspired defensive effort
today
that we've seen. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. And I think it makes a huge difference. I think this team feeds on their defensive success.
Right. But that was 5 straight games of above their best of the season, right? Weren't those 5 games their 5
That's
best
my point,
defensive
though.
efforts?
That's why I don't feel as good about it. Because I think you need to be that good to win national championship.
You do.
And Texas has been, Texas offense has been pretty solid. So it's like they're there, but again, it's like it's a run. Like
you have your off nights.
And so it's like you're hoping. Yeah.
I just don't think you're going to have Braden have another game like that. I think it's good to get that out of the way. He seems to have one every tournament where it's like a little like he doesn't seem as focused or something's not right. As good as he was in the first round, he was just not finding anything today. I just don't think that's going to keep happening. I don't feel like this is indicative of them taking their foot off the gas. I don't think, but I guess we'll find out. I guess we'll 4 days.
We will see. 4 more wins, it'll be fine.
Hey man, two more. Just 3 2-game tournaments. Right?
That's it. I like that. You were talking about that.
It's great perspective. It's a lot more manageable. It just is, right? Especially it's the team at some level does what we do as fans, and they look ahead and they're like, look at all the pitfalls. The thing I always try to tell people is like, you look ahead and you're like, man, Arkansas, Arizona, right? You go through them and you're like, wait a second, you're not going to play all those teams.
Right. You got to play, yeah. That's the thing that people lose sight of, and people were doing that during the Big Ten tournament. Purdue had such an easy path. Well, you can't play all the teams.
It's not like they're all ganging up on you on that path. One at a time.
Right. It doesn't work that way. You only have to play the teams that win. And by the way, they played Michigan, so whatever. How about Fletch today, guys? Fletch.
It's primetime Fletch. It's playoff Fletch.
24 points on 7 attempts from the field.
I knew that we were talking about no, he hasn't done this before. I don't think a 30-point game against Texas is out of the question, right? I also think he is at risk of hitting a cold spell and 8 points or whatever. But I think the thing that impressed me about Fletch last year was just his willingness to drive. So his willingness to drive and take contact is because he is such a good free throw shooter. So many shooters like him don't get to the line that often, even though they're the best free throw shooters on the team. They don't get to the line because that's not their game. They don't take it to the rack. Mm-hmm. They don't get contact. They'll get the occasional foul while shooting a 3, right? Since last year, Fletch has been so fearless taking those drives. Yeah. And when he is doing, and he's getting fouled. And he knows that, that's the goal of there. And he's not athletic, but particularly athletic. He's more athletic than me, but he's not particularly athletic for the dudes on the court. his ability to get by, like on his first step, his ability to draw contact at the rim, like it's been awesome. Like I love that.
He's being smarter about it. Like I think number one, he is when he's driving right now, he looks to be he has his head up before he starts the drive. There were times earlier in the season where I was like, he's looking at like a power forward and a center in front of him. He's driving against him. That just doesn't make any sense, right? What he's doing now is he's looking. He's like, okay, everybody's back's turned. I got one guy to beat. I got to draw some contact and absorb it. I just think he's playing top-notch ball right now. Like for him, this is like, playoff Fletch for me. Like he's different. Like he's a guy that is like on fire. Like he's got a chip on his shoulder. I know he's trying to do the same narrative that Smith was, where it kind of like that we know who we are type of thing. He's better. He's a better version. It's great. It's great.
I just did some quick math. I think I did this right, but bringing up Fletch, Anish, you made a comment about it. He's possible. He could have a cold spell or whatever. Just made me look back because I know he's been so consistent lately. His last game with single digits was the loss to Michigan State on February 26th, and the time before that was January 27th against IU.
Right.
But since the Michigan State loss, I think I just did this math right. He's 36 of 66 from deep, which is like 55%.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. He could have a cold spell, but that's a long stretch of being in the zone and feeling like and when he hits those early, right,
he's a really good shooter. This is the thing that the swoon is the exception with him. Yeah, really is. It's not normal for him, and that people. This is why I don't know if you heard Painter talking about the reasons that he's good outside of being a good shooter. He was talking about his assessment of defense, his understanding of scout reports, his ability to put guys in the right place, his ability to take the ball to the rack. Purdue fans get angry about him because he's not physical enough, but he is crafty as a rebounder.
But he gets a lot of rebounds. He takes charges. He gets steals. That's the other thing. You look at his game logs. He's getting 1 or 2 steals almost every game. He's getting 3 to 5 assists, 2 to 5 assists, I would say, on an average game. Like that's big. That's big. That's a lot more than just being a shooter. And he's dead-eye free throw shooter, which is really great too.
Yeah. I still am annoyed by the way he shoots free throws.
It's so weird because it's so different. Like it's Larry Bird style, and that's so different than like his. Yeah, like it's so weird.
And I know why he does it because he doesn't want to. He says it's his rhythm as a shooter.
I get it, different, but it's so strange.
It's dumb. It's like he's his own guy though. It's okay, but like that's what you do in your 5th grade. You should leave the ground.
Hey, it works.
It works real well. His jumping free throw is a lot better than my non-jumping free throw.
That's fair.
A lot. I
never even noticed that. That's funny that you're saying that.
Oh, it's real.
He jumps on the free throw.
He jumps.
He does like a bob and then like is at the top. So it's like, Braden's pump fake where he stays on the ground, but he kind of like is on his tiptoes.
No, he leaves the ground. Fletch leaves the ground. He leaves the ground.
He does. No, but Fletch leaves the ground.
Fletch leaves the ground.
That's funny.
Fletch leaves. You understand the joke there. LBD said.
Another Fletch sequel.
Fletch lives is the.
I got you.
Fletch leaves is not a sequel.
Peter Jung has a question. This is going to be hard.
This is really hard. There's a lot of choices.
He ranked the joy. Your admission to or graduation from Purdue. Your child choosing.
Those
Purdue.
Are 2 different events, by the way.
That's right.
Very.
Well, I guess he's saying you can pick either. Your child choosing. Maybe he's not confident we've all graduated.
Okay.
Your child choosing Purdue. 2004 football win over Notre Dame in overtime. Is that when that happened? 2004 was when they beat the shit out of them. It wasn't an overtime. 2004 was when Rome beat them like mercilessly up at South Bend. Zach's 3-pointer. Zach blocks connect, go to the Final Four. He's touchdown over at OSU. Others not listed. I mean, of those, I would say, one of each. I'd say Zach taking them to the Final Four and the Breeze touchdown over Ohio State are up there for me. Beating Notre Dame was super fun, but that Notre Dame team wasn't that good.
Right.
And the new team didn't do what they were supposed to do. Right? That made them like 5-0 or whatever they were, 3-0. And then they were 5-0 and that was the year where they peaked, right? They got to the top they've ever been, not ever, but in modern history. And then it went downhill. So that doesn't hold as high of a spot for me. And getting into and graduating from Purdue, yes, that was a personal accomplishment, but I would say I had much more joy watching Purdue go to the Final Four and go to the Rose Bowl than I did graduating.
Yeah, my son is at Purdue right now too, and watching Zach Block connect was.
That's it. It's better, man. It's better. Sorry, it's better.
I didn't finish the thought. But yeah.
Listen, he would say it's better too.
I think he would too. I know he would. Hey, LBD, which was a happier day? See, I know because he's academically strong. He wasn't.
It's like, we're not worried
for you when you were accepted to Purdue or when Zach Block connects shot. Exactly.
Of course.
Like,
right.
Yeah,
easy for him. So,
Joe Ensley
right next to each other. So.
Joe Ensley points out that the teams remaining that Purdue's already beaten: Michigan, Iowa times 2. I think they beat Iowa once, right? Or did they beat them twice? I thought they only.
I think they beat them twice. I think
you're right. They did beat them home and away. They're one of the only ones they played home and away. Nebraska they beat twice. UCLA, Alabama, and Texas Tech. That's an interesting point. That there are what is that? 6 teams in the Sweet 16 that Purdue has beaten.
Right. Yeah.
And now we've got, by the way, a Big Ten Sweet 16. We've got Iowa and Nebraska, 2 fan bases that I'm pretty sure don't care for each other very much. I think that's one of those.
Or know the basketball exists, like men's basketball. Like that's a strange one.
One of them's going to the Elite 8, man.
Dude, yeah, exactly.
Nebraska basketball fans are nuts. They're crazy.
It's
not good most of the time, but
you don't necessarily have to say basketball there. Like it's just like
they are brutal. Yeah. They are brutal. I was thinking about that. I feel like this comes up every now and then to talk about the worst Big Ten fans, and they are making the climb. They are.
Your war against Nebraska is just like, yeah, absolutely.
It's not just because my thing was Scott Frost. Let's be honest.
Fair.
Then I've sat near Nebraska fans. And man, they are brutal. They are brutal and delusional. And now they're experiencing a tiny bit of success. And
the mayor, man.
I know the mayor's great. I don't have any problem with him.
This is a problem. I told you these uncommon or the unevenly yoked coach and fan group are hard for me. Where I really like the coach and I disdain their fans. That's tough.
Fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Real tough.
It's like how much you like Danny Hurley, but you can't stand him.
Yeah, I'm not watching him right now. I'm a huge fan of his, but it's those fans, man.
Joe Ensley must have showed up a little late. Have we mentioned Fran yet? Yeah, Fran, all those years, 30 plus years as a head coach, and never made the second weekend, and then got into the tournament this year. I think it would have been very funny if he'd taken Penn to the Sweet 16. That would have been actually
serious question right now. This is a good question. Somebody asked me on Twitter. What level of FranCon was he on when he saw that Iowa moved on this weekend? It's a great question, right?
It's at least 3. Like, I
had him in a 1 because I'm like, wow, dude's mad right now.
You think he's mad? You don't think he's happy for the place that he's the all-time?
Okay, so how many players?
You went mute. You muted yourself.
That was awesome. How many players stayed?
I don't know.
I don't think many. So my whole point is if some of his dudes are on there, he'd be like, yep, I'm really excited for
I see.
Right? How many of his coaches? They're all gone. That administrative fired him. They fired him. Right? And he knows the narrative is going to be all people like us saying, yeah, it was you, dude. It was him.
It was him.
So
he was the constant. He had NBA players come through there.
Yeah.
That was not a program that had crap players. They had really good players come through.
Yeah, really good players.
Yeah. Okay. So
way better than Iowa should get, but they're going to now with McCollum. But yeah.
So I don't know. He's the all-time winningest Iowa head coach. So he's probably not too mad.
Joe Inslee's right. Koch is the only significant minutes guy on that Iowa team that was there with Fran.
Other Sweet 16 matchups. I mean, like Purdue's like on the other side. Like Arizona, Arkansas is going to be so good. Like that is going to be such a good game. Arkansas looks like they could win a national championship in some moments, and then the next 5 minutes they look like the most bumbling team of all time.
Yeah.
Who's the why can't I remember? Acuff. Dude, that guy is the truth, man.
He's so good. But he is unbelievably bad on defense. Like he's so bad on defense. He is like the highest floor or the highest ceiling, lowest floor player possible. because like when he's got the ball and it's bucket time. Like there is nobody better. Like in the tournament, that's like you are giving the ball to him. He is the number one option.
I feel like,
but
I feel like Arizona,
Arkansas is more than that, though. That's what we were just talking about.
they
That they have 3 guys that are NBA talents on that roster.
That's always what Cal does.
I was gonna say, he's not really known for that, right? Like,
no.
Whatever.
That's the thing. It's like they play a frustrating brand of basketball if you like Arkansas, right? Because they play dumb, they make stupid mistakes, but man, they put it together. It's not like a long shot.
Not at all. And
to go to the Final Four? No, absolutely not.
And
like, I think they could do that. Absolutely.
Bet the over. Arizona, Arkansas, whatever it is, bet the over, because there's going to be a lot of that's going to be a 90-88 kind of game.
And then if Purdue wins, like hopefully, like just hammer the over on that next matchup, because if Purdue makes it through past Texas, like whoever they play, it's going to be a 200-point affair.
Yes. I mean,
it'll be fun.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
My perspective changes. So like today's game today, or for instance, I watched it with just my people, my immediate family. My mom and dad, nope. I told my mom I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Other people, I was like, no. So it was like me, my wife, my kids, because I'm like, I'm too uptight for this one, right?
Right.
So like the further they get, and it's more like, okay, play to seed. Then we start saying I can be around people because I'm like, this is great. This is fun season, right? And so like if they get to Arizona, right? You're like,
oh, I can watch it with people. Absolutely, I can watch that with people.
Yeah, that changes it for you.
Yeah,
yes.
Like Elite Eight, I think I can watch. I'm more nervous. The Elite Eight game is the game that I am most nervous about. Like I said, I think that's
close.
The Elite Eight is the game to go to in the tournament.
Agreed.
I mean, like that is the one. That's my favorite game in the tournament.
Yep.
But I can watch that with other people. Like first round, dude. First round, I can't watch that with lights on anymore.
Right.
Like alone in the dark, nobody else. Get out of here. Like I cannot. Second round, all right, maybe one person. Like one person may be in the house. Sweet 16 again.
How many
like
times a week do you hear about Purdue losing to Fairleigh Dickinson? Like it's just random Sirius XM college basketball show, and like Jay Billis comes on and he mentions, of course, Virginia and Purdue, the only 2 teams to lose to 16. I'm like, man, give me some peace here, man.
Bennett at least got that title. Like we had Zach again, but like, what are you gonna do? Like, so we'll make up for it this year.
Right, yeah. But no, it definitely feels better if they can move on. Is the Elite Eight? Good question by Joe. Is the Elite Eight still a successful season? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. They play the seed, which is always that's always my goal. Play the seed. Then the next thing is, we were talking about this. Elite Eight is a pretty nice benchmark still. I know everybody wants Final Four, everybody wants a national championship, but for me, yeah. Let's remember where we were a couple weeks ago.
The old Painter benchmark. It's funny. Like for the first 12 years of Painter's tenure, how long has he been there?
22, 21.
Yeah, so maybe for the first 15 years of Painter's tenure, the joke was top 3 in the Big Ten and a Sweet 16.
Automatic.
Like, now, that's not a successful season for Paint anymore.
Right.
Like, that's how good things have gotten.
Table stakes now, man.
So it's like, no, it's win the Big Ten or the Big Ten tournament, I suppose, but win the Big Ten and make it to the Elite Eight. That's the expectation.
Right. Which means you have a shot at a Final Four.
It's like these are Izzo expectations. Like it's Paint and Izzo, and even Izzo, it's like I don't even know if he's got that anymore. Like he's kind of past his prime, right? Yeah.
But he doesn't have
like this is like peak Izzo, where it's like, yeah, you expect Elite Eight, you expect a Big Ten title, and like that's how good he is, man. That's how good this program is. Like these are the good days. This is it. This is what we will be reminiscing about when Purdue is like in the upper half, but not defined in the Big Ten. It'll be like this is. Can you believe that this happened?
Right.
So it's like this is great, and this is the best.
Purdue plays. Travis Garrity tells us Purdue plays at 7:10 p.m. on Thursday on CBS. Someone pointed out it's the early game. I guess that is right because there's only. Right, so there's 2 games.
7:10 because Because 7-10 is 4. Like, I mean, that's pretty early
out there.
Out there. So
yeah.
See, Downtown Indy Boilers question is a good one.
Yeah. He says, in your opinion, team playing the best in the tourney is I'm scrolling through and looking right now.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, do you pick that based on like how much they're winning by, or just because I would say one candidate is St. John's.
I mean,
they're playing pretty well.
Yeah.
Like they beat up Northern Iowa.
Your pick St. John. I mean, in my pick too, St. John's over Duke. Like,
over Duke. Duke messed around.
I could see
with
that.
Siena. That was not good basketball.
I think
Arizona for me.
I was going to say, I think if I'm looking, actually, no, I think Michigan. I think Michigan.
LBD votes Michigan State. I think it's a good vote.
I think Michigan State's a good call too. They're playing.
You were saying Iowa State. I thought you were going to say Michigan. Like when you said, you know who I'm scared of. Like
I'd take Michigan again.
I mean, I'll take Michigan again, but I actually do think that Michigan is playing the best in the tournament.
Purdue beat Michigan, okay, and even the game they lost, they came back from a huge deficit and brought it down. I think down to like 8 or 9 or something. Iowa State, Houston didn't look like they belonged in the court. I'm not worried about
Michigan hasn't been tested.
They're playing great ball right now.
Michigan hasn't been tested. Now, speaking of what I think the second best game of the tournament, or in the Sweet 16, is Arizona, Arkansas. The best game in the Sweet 16 may be the best game of the tournament. Like, I don't know. But like Houston versus Illinois is going to be wild. Like Houston, Illinois is going to be high scoring. It's going to be like heavyweights.
And both of them, by the way, are good candidates. So Illinois beat Penn by 35.
Oh, yeah.
And then they beat VCU by 21.
I am glad one of them will be gone.
Houston beat both teams by 31, sorry. So the answer is probably one of those two because they've won both their games by 30 points. So
look at the Alabama score right now, by the way.
Yeah.
They're sticking it to Texas.
Tech's been weird, right? Like they're a good team, but they're seemed
depleted.
to have and when they lose, they just get walloped, which is really weird.
Right.
Like it's like, and that's sometimes a team's personality, right? It starts to get away from them and it's like, yep, that's the end. Like and they did it against Purdue. They looked lost against Purdue and they were really good at that point. They were a team we all thought could make a deep run, but it's tough to run up against Alabama. That's the 4-5, man. That's a tough spot to be in. Because you have a really hard game in round 2.
Yeah.
If you're a 4 or 5. It sounds good, but man.
The jump to a 3 makes your pathway to the second weekends, or pathway at the second weekend, like much easier. Not much easier, but it's like you want that path.
I saw someone make a point on Twitter. I think it was a media person saying that the improvement in understanding analytics and the committee getting better at their job has led to fewer weird upsets early, but it's led to what you just said.
Better games,
incredible games in the second, third, and fourth rounds, right? Like you're already today having phenomenal games, right? And then next weekend, you're going to have a lot of all of those games. Iowa, Nebraska could be a great game.
If we have good games next week,
Michigan State,
we will. This will be the best tournament we've had in a long time because the entry rounds were better than the last 2 years.
Well, people get mad because you're not having like 14s advance, but that one of the best points I heard a few years ago was like everybody wants upsets, but in the end, you want the brand names that you know. Like nobody's that excited that George Mason's in the Final Four. Like it's a cool story, but then they get bonked in the Final Four, and you're like, all right, well that was kind of
exactly like if you're gonna make a run, be Butler and win the title, or make a thing to win the title. You know what I mean? Like. If you're gonna whatever, and by the way, I keep thinking about that 2010 Butler team, and I'm like, that team should have been favored over Duke. Like in hindsight, it's that team had Gordon Hayward, Matt Howard, Shelvin Mack that was coached by Brad Stevens. I think they had 2 other fringe NBA players.
The second year?
Ronald Nora. No, that was the first one.
They weren't did you say a 10? They were like a 5 or something. They weren't a 10.
They were maybe the second year. Yeah, maybe the second year they were a 9. Yeah. But then.
But I don't know about favored. They're never going to be favored over a Krzyzewski Duke team.
But in retrospect, that Duke team was a strange team without any superstars. It was the one with Shire, but it wasn't the one with superstars. And so it's like, I don't know. Like that's a strange. And at that point, was Brad the better coach or was K? I don't know. Like
if Hayward's shot goes in, man, it's a very different story. Butler's probably a different program.
I think what Stevens did proved he was the better coach there.
Oh yeah, I think so. I mean,
like back-to-back years.
It's hilarious, actually. Jay, you were the one that I think retweeted this, but it was like, what was the UNC? Like if they fired Hubie, like UNC going after Brad Stevens, like UNC should go after Brad Stevens. I was like, oh really? They should go after Brad Stevens.
The reason I retweeted that is I said one of my favorite things is every time something like this comes up, the person writing the tweet is always writing it in that manner of like, all right, everyone, sit down.
I figured it out.
I have an idea. Brace yourself for this. They should go hire a guy who was a brilliant college coach. Oh my gosh. Wow. No one has tried to hire Brad Stevens since he left Butler. Right. No one's tried at all. I'm sure North Carolina will be the place. There were people, remember when Krzyzewski was going to retire? And people were like, and that was one where you're like, okay,
I could see it. I could see it maybe like squint and see Duke, or I could see Indiana. Like I could squint and see that. But even then, it's like, why you coached one of the marquee franchises in the NBA, and you were one of the best coaches in the NBA, and now you are their GM, and you're one of the best GMs in the NBA.
Won a title as the executive vice president or executive president, whatever the hell he is.
And by the way, may sneak the title out this year too.
Oh, stop.
I don't know, but like they're going to be good. Like they're going to be good forever now. And it's like, no, yeah, he was going to leave that to go coach modern college basketball at UNC. Like,
see, I see Stevens more likely to go back to Butler in some weird, I'm going to do it for 5 more years and call it a day, than go anyplace else.
100%. He's the anti-Sean Miller, right? He's the anti-Sean Miller because it's like if Brad would have gotten fired from a bigger job, and the only job that would have taken him back was Butler,
he would have stayed.
That man is never leaving.
Right.
And so it's like, get out of here. Like it's.
LBD brings up a good point. He does have a clause in his contract to go to IU for anything at all.
Oh yeah, I hear that.
Yeah,
yes,
of course.
I hear that. Yes,
of course.
That is the kind of stuff they put out there, isn't it?
So good. So dumb.
A clause in his. Can you imagine the Boston Celtics agreeing to a clause like this?
I love it. I love the
Boston Celtics are like, oh, if Indiana comes, the Hoosiers, absolutely.
By the way, Dang 223434 says Houston will run Illinois out of the gym.
So that
but Illinois is playing really, really well. Like Illinois is playing the best ball of Underwood's tenure. Like,
but you just hit on it. They still have Brad Underwood as their coach.
I know.
It's not changing.
I am not picking them.
Like Sampson, he's a good coach, and
I am not picking against Kelvin Sampson.
Houston's coming out of that region. I'd be kind of shocked because then don't they get Iowa, Nebraska?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that what? Yeah. It's going to be Illinois or Houston in the Final Four. Let's be honest here. There's no way Iowa or Nebraska are beating those two teams. I don't think. But
no, yeah, absolutely. That's the Elite Eight game for sure.
Okay,
good show.
Good job, everybody.
Very good. Very good. We can. There's a lot of good basketball still watch.
Oh yeah, my gosh.
So,
could you imagine a world without hoop? You know what I mean? It's just like I can't. It's not possible.
Purdue wins it, they can shut it down, man. That'd be okay.
I would still watch it. I would still watch the NCAA tournament.
Absolutely. Shut the program down. I don't need it. I don't need our program. Like I'm good. Paint can go build him a statue. Like bulldoze. Oh no, you can't bulldoze Mackey because the women's team still plays there. So it's like keep Mackey. Build a giant. I know. Speaking of, my God, Katie, you need to come on. Just build a gigantic statue of Maddie, shut the program down, and we're good. We'll be happy sports fans forever.
By the way, speaking of Maddie, before we go, I did want to ask you guys, if you had to guess right now, how many more years is Matt the coach? I'm going to say, because I was thinking about this, I'll just give my answer. I'm going to say 5 more, 5 or 6.
I was going to say the over under like 7.5.
No,
6.5
under.
You think
6.5? I would have to think about 7.5. I'd take the under because he's 55. I don't think he's going to coach till he's 70. Like some of these.
No,
guys.
But 65. I could see him at 65 and leaving. But
I just don't. I don't know why. I guess he loves it. He does love it. You can tell.
He can stay as long as he wants.
Doyle just wrote a column that was like PJ, like PJ wants Purdue and Purdue wants PJ. And I'm like, okay, good luck, because like Paint is good. We thought that about Micah too. And it's like Paint's going to coach longer than Micah.
But PJ could take a job somewhere else and come back to Purdue.
Yeah, exactly. He's kind of, yeah, exactly.
Like that's, you know, I don't think he has to stay until the end.
Okay. So given how, every post-game presser Paint's like, yes, our offense is really good. I don't call any of it. That is PJ Thompson. Like, he is giving PJ every moment of shine. Yep. Does PJ get a job this offseason? Does he go and get a head coaching job this offseason?
I don't think this offseason. Unless if they win the national title, maybe.
Make him Final Four run?
Maybe.
Like,
I would think teams would sniff around, right? Like,
I think Purdue goes to the Final Four, he gets another job. I think it's a good point.
Like, Butler hasn't hired a coach yet. Now, Butler's a lot harder of a job now. He shouldn't take that one. But, like, you know.
Maybe he wouldn't be offered that either, Micah gets fired. I think it'll be smaller than that. You look at the pathway. I always screw up the name. Is it Lutz or Lusk? Is that a mistake?
Lusk, yeah. Lusk.
There we go. Yeah. Thanks. Sorry. It's like a learning disability. Yeah. That's a more logical path to me. BJ be way ahead of the curve on that one too, age-wise. So,
but I think Payne. If you gave me 6.5, I'd take over. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'd take over.
I don't know why I felt this way for a while.
No, but
I'd take
because
he's like 60 he's so
why?
cerebral.
Okay, you want me to tell you why? Hey, if one of us got the amount of money and accolades and success that Matt Painter had gotten from age 35 to 60, because we are normal, sane human beings. Turns out Matty is a normal, sane human being. He is not,
relatively speaking, to coach.
He's yeah, exactly. He's still a head coach, but like, he is not. He is the exception to all of these things. He has a life and interests and all of the and a personality outside of basketball, and he could walk away and still be perfectly fine.
Did you see the quote? Somebody said he was talking about the importance of, you know, being part of a program and being looked out for and all that. And he said, if I hadn't listened to my parents and if I didn't have Purdue looking out for me, he goes, where would you be? And he goes, I'd be bowling Wednesday nights in Muncie, Indiana right now.
Yeah, that's great.
And somebody brought up bowling. And did you hear? He goes, hey, you want to go with me sometime? He goes, I bowled 185.
Yeah, exactly. He gets that.
I love that kind of stuff. Like he's like, yeah, no, I'm good at that too. Like, he loves the Cubs, right? He loves baseball. Loves baseball. You could get him talking about baseball. He loves cooking and eating. He's talked about that before.
Oh my God.
He's the dude you'd want to hang out with.
Yeah, dude, he's the best. And like we are really, maybe this is what we end on, but it's like, yeah, like I hope we when they asked him his favorite meat, and it was
what was the answer? Was it brisket?
It was a 5-minute answer.
Right.
He waxed poetic. It was like when somebody asked, what's his name, crazy air raid coach?
Leach.
Leach. What in a battle royale, what Pac-10 mascot would win?
Conferences. Yes.
That was awesome. That's his best answer ever. That was his best.
It was like asking. It's like asking Belichick about long snappers. You ask Matty what his favorite meat is. Just a dissertation.
And speaking of that, did you guys see on Twitter, they stopped at the Beef House on the way home?
They did.
Oh, really?
I retweeted
I love this bit. It's such a good bit.
Denise, we're on the same page. I retweeted it and I said, every group of guys has their recurring bits that they stay committed to.
Beef House?
Just because. And there's a picture of Katie eating at the Beef House.
Rolls.
I said, this is a Katie Painter thing that I will never get tired of. They were like, you know what? We're going to take a bus home and we're going to go to the Beef House in Illinois. That's what we're going to do. And I love it.
If the name of the restaurant was like Clem's, I don't think they would. But Beef House? Dude.
You know he and Katie, or when there's new guys coming in, they're like, we got to take you. Dude. We're stopping.
I bet when they I bet that was a part of the recruiting pitch to Zach, which is like, listen, nobody else recruiting you. You don't want to go to Baylor. Let me tell you about the Beef House, man.
The Beef House.
It's a good bit.
Paint's the best, man. Like we are lucky, and this team is rounding into form. We'll talk about Texas, but like this should be a win. I don't think any of us are walking in think that with like
no, but I feel pretty good about it. I'll say it right now.
It's a Sweet 16. It's a Sweet 16 game.
Night, but you're now in the second weekend. You're a better team. Anything can happen. We've said this many times. You can lose. You can absolutely lose. You don't play a good game, you're going to lose. But that's true of every round of the tournament. So I don't. If Purdue plays like they've been playing, even close, they should win. I'll just go out there and say that. I don't think that's it. I don't think that's a controversial statement.
All of us are very. I mean, like we all like. To me, it's like, why make a bracket if you're not going to pick Purdue to win it anyway? Like, why? What's your why? Or at least like go deep anyway. To me, but when we see these individual matchups, I think the three of us are very rational about like, like maybe one of us will pick Purdue to lose, or two of us to lose, and one swinging on a win or whatever. I don't think that there's any world in which any of us would pick Purdue to lose against Texas. Now, that's not to say they can't.
Right.
Sure, we have seen Purdue lose in this stuff, but like this should be a win. And so if it is an Elite Eight, a Big Ten title, this becomes like a worthwhile send off for this team. And then everything after that, Final Four, national title game in Indy, like that becomes gravy. And so it's like, we've got the best coach in the country, and we've got the most likable coach in the country. So it's like this is pretty damn good.
Pretty good.
Catbird seat. For those of you who are into it, and I think everybody here is, UConn is keeping UCLA just at an arm's length right now. Mm-hmm. I'm going to let everybody go and watch that with their family. For my co-host Jay and Anish, thank you to you guys, and thanks to the cast of literally thousands who are here commenting, listen to all of the great highbrow comedy tonight. I love you guys. Good night.
Before I click end, you should read his comment from the private chat.